Hello, hello, hello. This is Dawn McCoy with Flourish Leadership Group, where I ignite your leadership to the next level. I'm so excited that you tuned in for another edition of Leadership Reflections and time to talk about crisis leadership. I don't know about you, but there are always the unexpected situations that happen, the unknown, what's next. So it made sense to me that you would be able to get some practice. I know that I have had tons of time practicing real time and in situational examples of trying to become a better leader. So if you have an opportunity, come on in, sit down. If you're here live, type a one in the box so I know that you're here. And if you're joining me for the replay, type hashtag replays so that I can check in with you later. I'll be dropping in a link here shortly for a crisis leadership challenge, and I want to invite you to join, because if you have not already joined some of my online resources or materials, I want to invite you to do so. They're kind of the aha moment, things that come out of my brain, but also experiential over the last 2.5 decades of experience. Being able to share with you about how you manage crisis situations and how you work through scenarios, differences, challenges, and opportunities. If you have a question, please drop that in the box. Or if you have a circumstance where you have dealt with a crisis situation, I want you to feel free to drop that in. But I am actually going to be offering a 5-day free challenge at flourishleadership.com/CLCC. You can see the ticker down at the bottom there that indicates where you can go to get that information. I want to make sure you jump in on that because it's important, with more often than not situations unfolding nationally, globally, and right in your neighborhood where you have to be prepared. And it is not incumbent upon us to go and take crisis leadership classes or online training. It's often that we need to be ready, set to go. So if you'll indulge me for the moment, I wanted to give you a couple of quick examples about how you can become a dynamic leader yourself, someone in your neighborhood or your community, just in your family, whatever it might be. Take the time you need to be able to be the best leader you can. Number one, I want you to think about how you can be prepared regardless. You know situations you've been in before, either professionally or personally, that you have to be equipped and ready to go. I know this time of year where I live, it is hurricane season, tornado season, storm season, so we can get flash rain and unexpected weather. So it's incumbent upon me to make sure that batteries and other things in the household are ready to go and be able to blast into action should we need to do so. Others in different parts of the country have the unexpected, like earthquakes and other things, natural disasters, and other circumstances that come up, and it requires their different set of circumstance, but still being prepared. In a more professional setting, you could have something happening in your workplace, in your community group, or otherwise, and it's up to you to be ready. So I want to equip you with some simple tools, being able to have a checklist. You're welcome to get that product as well, something that had been out fairly recently, and to be able to download that free guide to give you the tools. Let me grab it actually, because I think you'll find it handy to make sure that you're doing what you need. This is a great tool resource right here, this handy checklist that will go with the challenge that you're going to be doing. It's got some really great tools inside where I give you kind of a table of contents, but handy little, you can see right there, top crisis leadership checklist. So to be able to give you everything in one handy resource tool to be able to go forth and do what you need. This is a free download. This is actually a printed copy that's going to be coming out soon in a webinar and crisis leadership kit. So stay tuned. Know you may want to get that information as well. But more importantly, I want to make sure that you are getting what you need, tools to equip you with how you need to be best and top in your field, being resourceful, being mindful, and being able to be at the top of your game. As leaders, we have to be thinking strategically about how to be out there and available to those we serve. And we need to be thinking constantly about what we need to do to be thinking. So I want to just take a few minutes to say that. But if you had not already written down, jot down that link. Again, it is CLCC at the flourishleadership.com website. Go and download that. Jump in on the challenge. It's a 5-day at your own pace. Get in and get the information you need, share out with friends, and be able to groom a young leader in your community or share out with someone else who might need this information to be able to be equipped in their leadership role. Well, I'm so glad you were able to tune in for another edition of Flourish Leadership Reflections. You can certainly follow me across social at Dawn McCoy Books and tune in every Sunday evening here at 8 p.m. Eastern for Leadership Reflections Topics of the Day. Well, that's all I wanted to share with you, and making sure that you are getting all that you need and what you're doing, your path, following along with leadership tools. Feel free to share in the link below what works for you and how you are coming along in your leadership journey. Well, again, Dawn McCoy, Flourish Leadership, and until we meet again, be enlightened, be enriched, be empowered.